bear with me while I roll a smoke. I fancy a smoke, so I'm going to roll a smoke. But yeah, the computer's going to hit you regardless, because it doesn't matter whether you're moving like a spaz or not. A human will, the human will get really confused. The fuck if he killed himself. How the fuck did he manage that?
3, 2, 1, fight.
But yeah, a human guy will get seriously confused shitless if you're moving all randomly and it's like expecting you to move forward and you're moving like left and right and you're crouching and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Just totally really confused, and a human will fall for that. But careful you don't overdo it. You need to kind of do it so much that it's confusing, but not so much that you can't yourself aim back and shoot. And you need to pick the right time. It's like, right, it's confused enough now, attack, and then confuse again, attack. You need to judge how much and how long you can confuse them before you can get an attack, and how long you can get away with doing it. Because it won't work forever. He'll just pull out some kind of rocket launcher, not insta-give you what, but he'll pull out some rocket-esque weapon and blow your area away then. Then you've got your lined up shots. Shit, eh? Lined up shots where, say if it was coming down here, you'd kind of like, you wouldn't just go for the instant, you're like, oh, is there a shoot? Oh, is there a shoot? You wouldn't do that. You kind of like get your shot and you line them up and follow them down and then go for your shot. So that you're taking time to aim your shot. And the last type is the snapshot. The snapshot, well, also named as a flick shot. That's when you just see him out coming around, it's like, bang, you go for it. Like that. You just kind of like, you twitch to the right location. That takes a lot longer to get used to than what the aim shot does. Like that. It's called a twitch shot for the obvious reason that it is, and that's why these games are called twitch games, because if you can twitch, then you are well on your way to doing well. Twitch shots for the win, guys. But they do take practice, and they take a lot of practice just to get the hang of them in general, and then it takes a lot of practice within the game itself. Because each game does play differently. And obviously twitching with something like a minigun, or anything like that, isn't going to be as good as what it say would be with a railgun, etc. So there you go, guys. Lined up shots, twitch shots, and I like to call them snapshots. Lined up shot. Can't miss him. But if I'd have twitched at him, I wouldn't have been able to get him. But sometimes you don't have that luxury of like having him walk and you line it up slowly and then shoot. So you need to twitch. Oh, what was the other shot I was telling you about? I can't fucking remember now. Either way, those two being mainstays. Oh yeah, the randomness. Sort of like getting into close range and just being random as fuck and like confusing the shit out of them and then going for your shot, in which it could be a twitch or an aim shot. If you confuse the fuck out of them, force them to reload or run out of ammo or fire, like the insta-give rifle has quite a lengthy reload, fire, reload, fire, reload, fire. It does have quite a lengthy reload, so if you confuse them enough and then get them to fire, then you go for the shot. And then as soon as you know their reload's coming back, that's when you start to act random again. As soon as they fire, you go for your shot. If you miss it, then you go back to acting randomly for their shot. You gotta be careful though, like I say, you gotta be careful. You don't want to do it too long, otherwise they will suss it out and you might get it. And you like I say, you don't act too much of a dick, so that when it does come time for you to shoot, you can't get your line up in time. Because ideally, you're confusing them and forcing that guy to kind of like, oh, this other dude's acting all weird and stuff like that, so I've got time to like line up a shot and be very careful about it and stuff like that. So you'll be moving about pretty linearly actually. So while you're acting all random and he shoots and misses, you turn around and then you've got like that second or two to line up your shot and kill him, and he can't do fuck all to your back. It's more of an insta-give tip there, but it will apply in other games depending on what weapons you've got and what weapons they've got. Like that, and then you line up shot. He had another chance to fire there and wasn't quite quick enough, he got his second shot off, but you saw the method, guys. You saw the method. Confuse him, make him miss, then go for your shot. And I was quite prepared to start acting randomly then if it had missed as well. Like that. Just like that, guys. Just like that. So, that's the kind of like the gist of listening out for. I mean, like I say, I can't show it you properly, guys, and it would always be hard to show you how to listen properly. But basically, you will hear them fall, you will hear them shoot, you will hear them grunt, and especially when they're jumping and bunny hopping around. If you've got a decent pair of headphones, I would recommend wearing them, because headphones will make your game a lot easier to play than speakers will.
3, 2, 1.
You'll be able to pinpoint exactly where they are a lot clearer with headphones. I mean, some people would say, oh well, I've got a good pair of speakers, so you're talking shit. Maybe, but headphones in general for the average guy will be a lot better to play with than speakers. And wherever you hear them from, you will generally kind of like, you'll hear it if it's either to the left or to the right, and then you get a gist from there where they could be. Knowing the map does help, so you get just from where they are then. And you'll hear the sound kind of like fade out if they're moving towards you, or get louder if they're coming. No, it'll fade out if they're getting further away from you, and it gets louder if they're coming towards you, obviously. That bot's shit, man. So obviously if it's getting further away from you, then you'll know, like say if it came from the right and you heard a grunt and then all of a sudden it started to fade out, then you'd know they'd probably gone down that way. Whereas if you heard it to the left, then you heard a jump pad, you'd be like, oh well, he's gone up there, hasn't he? So you'd be kind of like ready to see if he come up there, and if he didn't come round there, over this bit, you kind of go, oh well, he's gone to the other side, which would lead you out up there somewhere. It's all a matter of knowing the map and kind of guessing where they've gone, and that's where you can be. See, you can't even run properly, but that guy can do a fucking flick shot quite well. It's a matter of knowing the map and doing a bit of prediction as well, which leads me on to playing with high ping. Now, I don't really play with high ping anymore, apart from when I've played those Warsow games with y'all. No, ow. But you've noticed that when I have played with like 200, 250 ping with you guys, that I've actually still played really fucking well. Why? Well, that's because of years of practice at that high ping. And because I've played years of practice at that high ping, I know the method. Fuck off. That guy is shit, but yeah, he can somehow fucking like ninja a rail out sometimes, like instant air. Anyway, because I played for so many years with high ping on like 56k and below, then you get kind of... you get used to it, because you can still remember. I mean, I can still remember playing that, so I know exactly what it's like. The main difference between playing on a normal ping nowadays, what most connections people have, if it's like a server that's near them, is that if you aim at them, then that's pretty much going to hit them. If you hit them how you see, then that's probably going to hit them. Especially if I'm on like, what was it, 32 ping? That's my own server there. What the fuck? Shouldn't be that high a ping. I get lower ping online than that. Anyway, about 30 ping and below, especially 20 ping and below, no doubt, and sometimes even 40. And it depends on the games, guys. The games vary a lot in how they handle ping, you know. Sometimes it'll feel better at low ping than what other games do. So, yeah, low ping, if you're pretty much aiming at them, it's going to hit them. But when you get to like 50, 60, 70, and especially 100, and especially 200 and beyond, then it's not going to be like that. You're gonna, wherever you shoot, it's going to be delayed. And Warsow handles ping a little bit differently as well. It feels like that to me. It's not a case of like you shoot and your rail comes out like well behind. It's more like you get you shoot and that doesn't happen. You get like you press the button and it's like one shoot. So it's like press button, shoot, press button, shoot, comes out and stuff like that. It's got like a delay behind it, which is a little bit weird compared to normal. Usually you'd shoot, but you'd have the delay on like the projectiles and shit afterwards. Whereas Warsow seems to delay before that, which you might think shit, but it's not too bad actually, because your movement's perfect still in Warsow with high ping, and it also means you get used to delay. So wherever you're firing, you get used to that second delay before you fire. So you think, right, in about a second's time, that guy isn't going to be exactly on my cursor. He's going to be like that little bit in front. So I'm trying to think of a good example. This statue will do here. If I shoot right at him, obviously that's going to hit him on this ping. But say I was moving normally with high ping and he was moving to my right, that means if he was at that exact point when I was going to shoot him, it's because of that second delay. By the time it comes out, it's not going to be there where I shot my rail, is it? It's actually going to, like, the dude's going to be over here to the right, and my rail's going to fucking end up out over there. So instead of shooting, see that. Fuck off, guy, I don't want to fucking know what to do. He's going to turn around and just fucking blast me, no? I knew he would. I thought I was going to leave him alone. But you want to be aiming in front of whatever direction they're going in, guys. Because if you just point at them and shoot, then they're not going to be there by the time that second delay's come out and your rail's landed. So it needs to be in front of them. Also bear in mind